He had something he had to handle very quickly over at his homestead. So we are having an interesting morning so far in the markets. And we had the PPI come out. I haven't even looked at the data yet. I generally do not have trades on until the data has had a time to shake out. So we're going to talk about that. And we'll talk a little bit more about algos today. I'm going to see if, at least in our private session, I'm going to see if anybody has any algos they want to have me look at. I know yesterday we had a really good session where we had one of our private members went ahead and showed us the algo she had going on. And I was able to kind of take a look at that live where everybody could see. It was actually really fun to do. So just a quick reminder, though, we don't dispense financial or investment advice. Contact your local licensed investment advisor for risking your money on the markets because that can lead to a loss in capital. It is inherently risky. So just get that, that disclaimer out of the way really quick while we're waiting for the gorilla. I'm going to throw up here on the YouTube chat www.algofactory.tech. Now, this is our URL, our website. And a couple things. First of all, if you're over on YouTube, please, and you're watching this, please hit the like button and subscribe. That kind of helps us out with the algorithms. And as you know, the algos are everything nowadays. Furthermore, I'm going to go ahead and grab the link for the show. I'm going to send it over to the Rogue News Discord because we have that tight relationship with Rogue News. So let me do that real quick. And then what we're looking at today in the markets is the PPI. So that is the producer price index. And in a way, that's the close cousin or even sibling of the CPI. And the CPI came out yesterday. And the CPI is the measure of inflation minus, I think it does not include like housing or energy. All right. So give me just 1 second. Where is my page? Funny thing about Discord is some of your channels disappear. Very strange behavior. Let's see here. We got the gorilla in the green room. Let's let him in. All right. The gorilla is in. What's up, dude?
Oh, nothing much. Just a wonderful morning. Went for a walk. Came back home.
Okay.
Went to the bathroom. What?
All right. Well, you might as well walk. I mean, if it's just right across the room, then
I never leave my chair.
Yeah, that's.
I just take my chair into my office chair. I just roll with it down the hallway.
You have a special made office chair. Is that what you're trying to say? Your office chair is.
It's even though I'm not handicapped by any stretch of the imagination, my office chair has been modeled off the Stephen Hawking's chair. Remember Stephen Hawking's?
Oh yeah.
I even have I even have a robotic voice synthesizer attached to my chair. Let me just hold on. Let me switch it on. Hello, my name is the Gorilla Economist. The meaning of life is bananas. See?
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Awesome. What was his malady? His disease that he had that kind of had him bound to the wheelchair?
Extreme nerdism.
No. He had like muscular dystrophy or something. Of that ilk.
Something about like supreme nerd something. I forgot what it was called.
I mean, he was a scientist, and I'm sure he had some kind of whatever ideas that global warming and stuff. But in the end, I think he did have some pretty good work, didn't he?
I think so. I don't know what he did though.
I think he was an astrophysicist.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so I think he actually, okay, fine. He has some ideas that were, and he was a very public sphere type person. Anytime you're in the public sphere, you're going to have a certain level of influence and a certain level of what you have to say to stay in the public sphere and all that kind of stuff. But in the end, I think he actually had some pretty good work out there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did. He's a legend.
All right. So Give me 1 second. I'm just throwing up the link over in Discord and handling another aspect of Discord right now. Let's see here. So yeah, we got the QR code up there. I also threw up earlier as I was kind of explaining a little bit about what we do to the people who might be new to the YouTube.
You okay?
I threw up the URL, all that stuff. So yeah, I did all that stuff. So go ahead and give us what you think is going to happen. Oh no, it's today's Drips Thursday, isn't it?
Today's Drip Thursday.
All right. Should we? Is that going to be like towards the end of the show where we give out that kind of information?
It will be towards the end, in the live lab, man. The private lab.
The private live, yeah, obviously. So explain that to the audience, because there's a lot of people who might be new to the YouTube channel. Like maybe they found us on Twitter or something like that. Sure. And by the way, you can zap that QR code, take us right to the website. Also, again, here's the URL. AlgoFactory.tech. And just a real quick blurb, if you are new, what we do is we help people become traders. We help them build trading algorithms. And I say an algorithm as in not a computer. We can help you get there to where you can build a trading bot. That's kind of the end product of what we want to do. But first, we help you understand how to trade it all, how to build a manual algorithm. Once you know that's successful, we help you go ahead and move towards turning that into a trading bot. And as a matter of fact, today on the Rogue Show, we're going to do at 9 a.m. 11 a.m. EST, we're going to show my bot that I just had coded over the last week or so. So that's going to be pretty exciting. But in the meantime, V, go ahead and let people know exactly what our mission is.
Our mission is this. We don't have any pills that's going to enlarge any appendage that you might have. We don't have a weight loss drug that if you pop, you're going to drop 20 pounds by the end of the week. I don't have, we don't have lotions that you can rub on your body to whatever. We don't have any get-rich-quick schemes. We don't have any of that. What we have is an offer. And the offer is this. We're going to give you the best damn education on trading on God's green earth. That's number one. And number two, we're going to teach you to build an algorithm that we are going to hard code for you, and you will allow this algorithm to trade on your behalf while you have a regular life, so you're not glued to the screen 24/7. And this algo is going to start scalping profits from the market, and it's going to create an additional form of income for you. And that income, folks, could be life-changing. That income could be you retiring your spouse. It could be you retiring your parents. It could be you taking that dream vacation, buying that supercar. It could be you just having the money to have the options, which is get out of harm's way, right? If you're in a bad situation, right? That can mean you being able to buy assets that will weather the storm that is ahead for this country. That's what this does. And it doesn't matter whether the market's up or whether the market's down. We make money regardless. The more volatility there is, the better it is. We love volatility, right? And here's the best part. It doesn't matter which market, anywhere in the world, we can trade it. Okay, so you could be on a beach in Borneo, picking lint from your belly button and execute your trades by executing your custom algorithm. We are the only place in the world that offers that does this and that offers this. So this is an offer. Take us by the hand, let us take you by the hand, and you stick with us for 6 months, and your mind will be blown, and your bank account will be very happy. And I'll leave it at that, cowboy.
Yeah, it's one thing to know is that up or down, we like volatility. So it's one of those things where a lot of people who are new to trading don't understand that if the market's going down, I don't want to get in the market. Like for us, we trade markets. I mean, look, you can short stocks. If you're a stock person and that's all you know and that's all you want to know, you can short them. That is easy to do. I do a lot of Forex and crypto. because there are always opportunities historically in those markets, in my experience. I started in crypto in 2017. I actually started in metals in 2010, but it was a pretty small level. I was a low level trader at that point. Trading margin, a few thousand here, a few thousand there is nothing. But as of 2017, I got into crypto and then made a bunch of money in that bull market. And then 2019 came around when I realized, okay, it's not always going to be a bull market in crypto. So I got to figure out how to make money as it's falling. And of course, you need to learn how to short things. And the Forex market is the most liquid market out there. So, whether you're doing Forex, crypto stocks, ETFs, CFDs if you're not in the US, anything like that, whether you're trading on the, gold, silver on paper, anything like that, our program can actually help you develop those skills and make some money in that. And of course, as the gorilla just said, we're all about helping people gain independence through their ability to make income in a job that you can't be fired on. You can't be fired from trading, and you can't even be there. Like, there's no barriers to entry except for whatever money you can gather. If you're worried about how much money you have to gather, actually, once you have a viable algorithm, you can find funding pretty easily. So, and we've talked about that. There's a lot of different ways to do that. I mean, I guarantee you, if you build a trading algorithm, you spend the time to develop an algorithm, it's really easy. If you can prove with a live trading account, you can bring that to like a proprietary firm, or you can bring it to, any kind of like prop desk, whether it's your internet type or whether it's your professional type. Somebody's going to see, oh, this person can make us money, and you will get an allocation. There's very little chance that someone's going to deny you as long as you can perform. And the algorithm itself being good is only a part of the equation. Okay. So if you take a look at our website here, that is not our website. Let's see here. I haven't even shared our screen yet. Let me bring up the screen so we can give you this concept really quick, because a lot of people think, oh, well, I can develop a trading algorithm and then, that's it. That's all I need. And nothing could be further from the truth. What actually is the most important, there are 4 aspects of trading, really 3, I should say. And we're looking at the website right now. I'm going to zoom it in on the screen. Give me just a second to hit the zoom button so you can read this a little more easily. I have, V and I put together this website. We put together these courses. And so really, you've been in the markets longer than I have. I think really you've been a market guy since what, like the early aughts?
Early aughts, yeah.
And I mean, I grew up in precious metals, but I wasn't trading until about 2010, 2011, and really earnestly not till about 2017. That's when I really got into it. But long story short, we've been doing this for so long that you have your algorithmic, can't even talk, your algorithm, which is your trading method. It doesn't need to be coded into a bot. You can do it manually. We can help you code it into a bot. We're finding that it's about maybe $5 or $6 grand to code a basic indicator-based algorithm into a bot that will trade for you. We can do that at a fraction of that price. We have somebody who can handle that for you. So that's like gold. A lot of these guys coding these algorithms, they just do a lot more work than is necessary. We have somebody who believes in our mission, who can do it at a fraction of that price. So there's building the algo. That's one thing, right? And then there's learning to treat trading as a business. And I don't care how good your algorithm is. I don't care how good your method is. If you don't have the business aspect down, if you don't understand money management, if you can't trade safely, right? Learn how to limit your risk. There's a whole science to that. And it's called the operations course. And it allows you to, first of all, limit your risk so you don't blow up your account. But it also will enable you to kind of, okay, you can evaluate your risk. You can say, okay, this particular trade is like, a little bit lower, a little bit less ideal of a trade. So I might put, instead of like a 2% of my book on it, I might put like 1.8. Or you can have a lot of confluence and say, hey, this is like a super ideal trade. Maybe I'll put 2.5. And you can actually test for that. And you can tell, okay, I have this point system that allows me to kind of really exacerbate my equity curve in the positive direction. Okay. And then there's the ethos course. Now, the ethos course is trading psychology. And out of these 3 things, the algos, the treating like a business operations course, and then the ethos course, trading psychology, you need all 3 of those to be a successful trader. I don't care how good your algorithm is. If those other 2 things are not in place, there's a really high probability that you're going to lose all of your money. And as we are fond to point out, 90% of all traders, at least in Forex, lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days. So this is the whole package, and we priced it so that anybody can come do this at $49.99 a month. That's where our pricing is. We priced to kill. And it's not going to stay at this price, by the way. So if you are interested and you come get in at $49.99 a month for this tier of service, it's the only tier we have right now. You will always have that price as long as you do not let your membership lapse. So you get in, you like what we're doing, then you will be able to keep that price even after we double or triple or whatever it is, whatever we change that price. So that's an incentive to trust us with your time and your money at this point in the game. So that's that. That's the blurb. That's the commercial. We usually don't go that deeply into the commercial, but I figured today is as good a day as any to do that. So what we'll talk about now is the PPI, right? Yesterday was the CPI. So what we're looking at here is a website called forexfactory.com, and it's the calendar that I'm looking at. So you can take this calendar. I'm going to put the link in the chat in YouTube. And actually, here's the link on the screen, but it's just easier to copy and paste it in the chat. And so if you're using TradingView, which is the software that we use to chart, then this information is also in there. But this is a calendar that talks about, what's happening economically, what economic data is coming out. And yesterday, the CPI came out, and let me refresh this because it's not showing the data. Okay, so now you can see it. The CPI came out yesterday, and on all counts, month over month, year over year, core CPI all came out below the expectation. And when it's below expectation, that is going to be not good for the currency. In a sense, I say not good. That's not a very, I don't like to say good or bad, but let's just say that it's going to make the currency weaker, because the assumption here is that the Federal Reserve is going to maybe not hike rates because now inflation is heading down, because hiking rates that's what is supposed to push inflation down. Well, it's like, okay, we don't need to hike rates anymore because that's actually painful for a lot of businesses. So we can take a break on hiking the rates. And that, therefore, a lot of assets that are paired up against the dollar will go up because the dollar is going down. And a perfect example is going to be on the euro. And this is yesterday's chart, mind you. So, we're looking at yesterday's price action for the CPI announcement. And this is a 30-minute chart. So each one of these candles is 30 minutes worth of price action. And I'm going to zoom in to make this easier for people to see. And we had this big move up, and it actually continued. It continued through the night, really. This had some good strength behind it. Eventually, there is a good chance it's going to resume its course. And its course, this is a bit of a deviation, but at the same time, the trend was strong prior to the announcement. However, I think without that data, price probably would have fallen. So at some point, and it's hard to say for sure, but at some point, I think price might, and this is the EUR/USD, I think price might make its way back down to this 1.1. That's $1.10 per every euro. But that's how it is for now, right? Now, the PPI came out this morning, and the PPI is the producer price index. So the CPI is for consumers, right? You're talking about what the average person is paying for everything except for energy and, that's it. That's just the price of goods and services. The core CPI is a little different, and that's part of the list, and they actually factor out food and energy, right? So, you have a little bit of difference in data, but the numbers were the same. Month over month core versus month over month standard. So it really didn't make that big of a difference. It's a bit of a blunt instrument, but the market's going to react how it reacts. Okay, so whether or not that number is precise, whether or not the numbers are fudged, it doesn't matter to us. What does matter is how the market reacts. And in this case, today was PPI and unemployment claims. And it's a little bit of it should be a boon for assets. It should be pushing assets up and dollar down. The producer price index is what the manufacturers, what the producers, people who create goods and services, and what their inputs are. And there's an inflation metric for them. Month over month, that also went down. So, you know, businesses supposedly, as compared to last month, their costs are still rising, but they're rising at a slower rate. And so that is, you know, you got the core that excludes the food and energy. Then, of course, you got the regular PPI month over month. Both of those are slower, less than expected. Normally, that would push other assets up. You also have unemployment claims, and those are higher than expected or lower than expected, and that's mixed data. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, if unemployment claims are less than expected, it means the economy is not suffering quite yet. And one of the main metrics that they're looking at the Federal Reserve is, okay, if we're hiking rates and people are losing their jobs, that's going to curb inflation. So unemployment going up is an indication that they're going to stop hiking the rates. In this case, unemployment claims, while they're going, you know, while they are a positive number, they are less than expected by a pretty significant amount. We'll say 8% or so. So the fact that the unemployment claims are lower than expected means that unemployment is not at the level that is expected, which means that more rate hikes might be coming. But the PPI and the CPI are kind of different than that. They say maybe less hikes are coming. Unemployment says maybe more hikes are coming. So what we have is a mixed market where some indicators, they're both important, are saying, okay, maybe there will be hikes, maybe there won't be as many, maybe there will. So the data is kind of conflicting. Okay, so that's going to lead to what's probably going to be some relatively choppy price action. Let me find this. And I'll expand this chart. That's not the chart I want to use. No, not that one. Okay, this will work. Go on the 30-minute. Yeah, see how what you're looking at from a charting perspective is you have a candle that's kind of, it's a bit indecisive. When you have kind of a long wick candle and then a long body candle, that usually is kind of indicative of volatility. So, you know, that's kind of what we're seeing right now is a little bit of volatility. And the market is indecisive, doesn't know which way to go. Okay, so whatever the main trend is or whatever the actual data is, that'll play out through the rest of the day. But there are going to be, especially with EUR USD, they're going to be what are called liquidity grabs. Price is going to jump around looking for liquidity. And as you're trading, you know, we've talked about liquidity enough. If you go through the YouTube channel and you look for some of our clips talking about liquidity, you know, you can learn what that means. But essentially, you're going to have areas where a lot more trading happened. They're called order blocks, and price tends to be attracted to order blocks. So in fact, here is probably where price might go next. This order block, it's the closest one. It's where all this kind of back and forth on price went overnight and in the late day yesterday, and price may very well be attracted back down to that point. So we'll see what happens. And, you know, I do have algorithms that will give me a clue. As a matter of fact, this one is my algorithm that I had built and coded. And what we're doing now with this algorithm is we are going to manipulate it so that it can work on any time frame. We're going to manipulate it so that it can enter trades on its own, where I don't have to sit there and click the button. And this is the dream, right? So you have an algorithm that will trade for you, and you can just like have it trade for you overnight while you sleep. You can turn it on and pay not a whole lot of attention to it and go on vacation, and you're still making money. So that's what this is. And again, our coder is developing it as we speak. It's really cool. So if you want to know more about it, we got Valley Girl making some nice comments. Come and learn with me. Yeah, Valley Girl over in the YouTube comments is actually a brand new trader, and she's really applying herself. We're really impressed by that. So we have a few people like that who they're new to trading, and they're coming in, they're asking a lot of questions. You know, we do what we can in the basics course. A lot of the learning that you're going to experience is going to, it's going to happen through osmosis. You're going to come into our daily chats. If you are able to attend our live lab, which is going to be in 4 minutes for our private group, you can attend it, ask questions live. If not, we save those videos. We post them for months. You'll be able to access those for quite a while. And we are in the Discord 24/7. If you were in our, not Discord, in our Telegram, our private Telegram, I'm in there at like 2 a.m. a lot of times. I was in there last night at 1, 2 a.m. my time. It's like 3, 4 EST, trading, working. I'm always working. The only time I'm not working is when the market is like super slow, and that's in the afternoon at market close. And a lot of times it's around 4 or 5 a.m. say 5 or 6 a.m. EST. That might be when I'm catching my Z's. But we work our butts off. We're always here. We do shows every day, Monday through Friday. This is the free part where from 8:30 a.m. to 9 EST we come on and we handle beginner concepts. If anybody has questions, even if you're not a member, you can come in the chat and ask us. For now, we might, once this gets more crowded, once we get more popular, we might have to actually charge to answer those questions. But for now, it's free. So, like I said, hit that thumbs up. Come join us. Ask questions, and ideally, we'll see you over in the private group. And I'm just going to hand it over to the gorilla to give us that gorilla send-off before we head over to the private group.
All right, folks, listen, don't waste your time. Join AlgoFactory.tech. AlgoFactory.tech. Upgrade your life. And, trade your job, upgrade your life. Waiting for the coffee to kick in. Listen, join us. Be a part of something that's truly special, remarkable, and one of a kind. AlgoFactory.tech.